It's been a while. We haven't been here in a while because the one energy has been moving and doing its thing upon both of our lives. But we're back and we're going to be here for you guys on a weekly basis because the energy is gaining so much momentum, astrology wise and numerology wise, for the rest of the year. So I'm going to
Mhm.
talk about June's energy coming up, and then we're going to be back again next week, Thursday. We're going to aim for 12 o'clock Thursday lives to help you guys out collectively with the energy for the rest of the year because it's time for you guys to get serious. This is a whole new 9 year cycle upon us, and this is the time. This is Stacy, your spiritual guide and mentor, and your favorite numerologist, and this is Douglas Macon, your favorite astrologer, astrologer. And he's going to get into some false information that's been going on along lately in the astrology world, get you guys right and attuned, and let's talk about upcoming retrogrades. I always call it retrograde. Mercury retrograde coming out. Now, for the collective numerology wise, this is going to be a universal 7 month. The month of June is a 7 month. So this is going to be a month, guys, for deep spiritual awakenings, deep truths. You guys are going to find a lot of personal truths happening and appearing for this month due to the fact of the seven energy within the overall one energy. Seven asks you to go deep. Seven asks you to go within. Seven asks you to find your own truth. So what's going to happen is, what truth are you living? Are you living your parents' truth? Are you living your friend's truth? Are you living what society's telling you're supposed to do? Maybe you did the whole went to college after high school, got married, had the kids, and now you're in your life like, I don't feel fulfilled and satisfied. Whose truth was that?
Mm.
Was that the life you? A lot of that is going to be coming to the surface within the month of June, guys. All I ask is for you to ground yourself, find solitude is what's going to really help you guys thrive. This is the month to slow down, to speed up. And when I say speed up because July is the 8th month. It's good. It's like seeds that are planted this month is going to be so deliciously harvested. What I want you guys to seriously think to yourself when you have two options, and I know this is not what society tells you, you're going to go with the easier option. Okay. So
Mm.
if you're thinking to yourself, gosh, I have to make more money this month, I got to make more money this week, and you're going to say, hey, maybe I could pick up 12 extra hours this week and use that. Not this month. Please don't do that. You're going to wear yourself out. When you
Mm.
refuse that and reject that, the universe will come and balance that out and give you more. I'm telling you. Now, I did it myself, and you know what I did in order to keep the ease going? I went to Staples and got myself an easy button. Yeah.
That was easy.
I suggest you guys get yourself one of these buttons for the rest of the year. Because whenever you're thinking, I got to do the most, I got to do, press the button. Remind yourself, things are supposed to be easy. Manifestation is supposed to be easy.
Mm.
Not saying action is not required, it is required. But in alignment. The whole year is about being in alignment. If you're taking fast action out of alignment, it's going to kick you on your ass, especially in June. Rebalance. We got 6 more months before the end of the year, guys. All right, what we got in astrology, right?
It's funny how serendipitous life is because the astrology is actually assigning itself with numerology. So I want to drop in and ask everybody to take a moment to ask yourself, how am I feeling today? And to really lock in with how you're feeling and to ask yourself further, what do I need to healthfully let go of in order to move forward into the life that I want to live? And to
Mm,
additionally ask yourself, what does freedom look like? Because we have an upcoming full moon in Sagittarius on May 31st, and it's a blue moon. So it's powerful for release and envisioning your future. And Stacey and I have been having lives since the beginning of the year where we have been talking about manifestation and how manifestation is an unfolding process that's been happening throughout 2026. When we reached that pinnacle point in April, it really set a tone to now, where manifestation is happening much more rapidly and actively. What this full moon represents for June, from an astrological sense, is to slow things down, not to
mm,
stop manifesting, but to know one's limitations and to lean into the limitations so that one can take a rest or take things more slowly. Because what we're manifesting is taking a lot of our batteries, a lot out of our batteries. So we have to recharge by
Mm,
doing things slowly, manifesting slowly, and really taking care of ourselves and putting our self care first and foremost for the month of June. Now, this full moon that's happening on the 31st is a blue moon. So it is a particularly rare moon. And within the sign of Sagittarius, it invites the opportunity for a lot of truth to be unfolded and for a lot of people to see the truth within themselves, the truth within others, and the truth within the reality that they're sitting within. And because it's a full moon, with that reflection, then we get to ask, what do I need to healthfully release in order to gain that manifestation that I want? So, suffice it to say, the 31st and really all of next week is a beautiful luxuriation in terms of leaning into relaxation, leaning into what is healthfully self care, and to
mm,
also reflect on what it is that I need. The effects of the full moon, I would say, are throughout the rest of summer because it is such a rare full moon. So the summer is about active manifestation, but it's also about slowing things down and enjoying the moment. Stacey, do you want to say anything before I move forward? Because I can continue with that.
I love that. I love it because we need to slow down a little bit this month because we've been on the 1 year energy and the fire horse. So everyone's like, boom, boom, revved up. I can't believe it's June already. It felt like it was just January. So
Yes.
it's just like, take this week, guys, to just go within, take your time. We're not saying not move forward. You move, but you ain't got to run. Okay. Think of the
Yeah.
tortoise and the hare. You're gonna win in the end. So take this time this week, slow down a bit. We'll be back with you guys next Thursday to give you some more updates on what's coming
Mhm.
up. But the first, June 1st, is a universal 8 day. So it starts off very powerful, guys. Very powerful for manifestation and then to do with your money and your wealth. So if you want to plan, and that's literally Monday. So it starts the week off with
Yeah.
nice, fresh, abundant, powerful energy. So if you want to put the most output on the 8th on Monday, I mean, not on the 8th, it's not the 8th, but it's the 8th day. If you want to put the most output on that day, that's a great day to put most of your action forward, work going. The next day, Tuesday, is going to be a 9 day, so you can release some of that energy, slow down a bit, and then rev it back up. So think about, putting forth and then rest. Balance, my loves, because that's what May was about, balancing things out. Keep that momentum into June. But it's time to go within. Slow down on the invitations. If you got to go out every Saturday to go to a party or something event, you're gonna have to cut some of those out in the month of June to just come back to yourself a bit. Also, before we head into more, if you guys want to know daily numerology of every day for the rest of the year, then go ahead and pick up my 2026 Numerology Daily Activation Guide. It's available on Amazon. It's going to give you the information for every single day, so you know exactly what kind of energies you have coming up for you guys. Go ahead and check that out. And if you want to learn to do numerology for yourself, to learn your personal numerology and how to use it for personal development, to really get on purpose and path, then join my Soul Code Numerology Blueprint course. It's going to be linked in the description. And Douglas has a great cookbook that's going to help you guys for the summertime coming up in manifestation. Because I manifest with how I cook as well too. Sometimes what you eat is what you bring in.
Mm.
You want to bring in more
Absolutely.
green into your wallet, eat more greens. If you've been eating dead, 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 like just put some greens in your life. It's going to help you out a lot. Go ahead, Douglas.
Alrighty. So I just wanted to highlight that the Sag full moon, I didn't say what signs are most impacted.
No,
So
you didn't.
we have our mutable signs of Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, and Pisces that are going to feel the impact of this full moon the most. Second runner up are our water signs, which include Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Third runner up are our fire signs Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. These are the signs that are going to be most impacted or feeling the impact of this particular full moon that's upcoming. As we've mentioned, within those descriptions, we see Sagittarius and Pisces coming up twice. So they are like the top contenders to be impacted by this particular full moon.
Pisces and
And
Sag.
yeah, because they come up just twice in terms of that intersectionality. Within June 1st, we have Mercury entering into the sign of Cancer. So that's all about emotional communication and intuitive planning. So it assigns itself with that full moon energy. And within the sign of Cancer, we have Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries, all of the cardinal signs impacted on June 1st. So this is a time for emotional connecting with others and planning intuitively. So if we're diving deep in terms of clearing out what is holding us back with the full moon, then we also get the opportunity on June 1st to really dive in and intuitively plan further from what we started on the 31st. June 2nd, beautiful day. I associate that day with one of the most auspicious days of the year for 2026 because Jupiter will enter into the sign of Cancer where it is exalted. So it's extra lucky. So we all get an opportunity to really manifest way easy on June 2nd starting. So this is again a very high paced manifestation period, but we, like Stacey had mentioned, have to dial down and take care of ourselves. And I think that's what a lot of this water energy is reminding us of. It's going to reflect back like a water or a pool or a pond or a mirror.
Hmm.
Reflect back to us what we are putting in. If we're putting too much energy into what we're manifesting and we're exhausting ourselves, it's going to reflect back and we're going to become exhausted. So manifest hard, also relax just as equally hard. I want to
Oh,
highlight
that's
something
so
before.
beautiful.
I do want to make one caveat note because I keep hearing something online that's been popping up a lot more recently. And I think it serves to be said now because we're talking about manifestation and discipline, right? And what keeps coming up online is that I'm hearing messages about Saturn being in retrograde right now. And that's just not true. Saturn doesn't go into retrograde until July. So, whatever everyone's hearing about Saturn going into retrograde and sort of panic, any kind of panic that's behind that, I would love to know what their sources are for that because I don't know where they're getting their information. Saturn is not in retrograde. But what it does do, what this false information, if you will, does do is allow us to have an opportunity to take a look at Saturn to say where am I not disciplined? Where do I need more structure in my life? So that in that way in July when Saturn goes into retrograde, we're kind of already working with that retrograding energy. So perhaps the misinformation is perfect because it gives us an opportunity to reassess more intently before the actual retrograde. So just wanted to throw out that particular disclaimer to everybody.
Love that. So, in other words, keep planting seeds because I did hear that rumor. Thank you for clearing that up. Plant the seeds right now so when it does go retrograde in July, end of July, whatever, you'll be blessed. It's pretty much it's as simple as this. If you are a farmer and you're planting seeds, if you're planting apple seeds, right? What do
Mhm.
you expect to grow once you've been harvesting it? And it's going to be an apple tree. You're not going to expect an orange tree to grow out if you've been planting seeds for an apple. So you can expect what seeds you're planting for that exact thing to grow. Now, if you've been planting seeds of chaos, destruction, and woe is me, is everybody else's fault, why I can't do this or that, then my loves, that is more that is going to grow. Those are
Mhm.
not planted roots. Those are not good solid foundation. This is this month causes you to take your power back. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of I keep channeling as well too, like a lot of the narcissistic energies are gonna come amplified in June just because it's dying out, because it's being highlighted, because it's part of truth. Now here's the thing, my chosen one, my light workers, my empaths. As this energy comes to you, remember you are in control of everything. No one can put anything into your consciousness that you don't accept. So the more you not accept that energy won't come along anymore. But if you keep trying to explain yourself, defend yourself, and trying to like bow down to that energy, it will keep showing up. Notice I don't say a person, it's an energy because it's an energy that comes through people. So don't accept that. Know your truths, and you will be great. Okay, that's just a heads up because they're going to be going through it because it's a spiritual awakening month. Now, here's some of the life path numbers that are going to be highlighted this month. It's going to be life path number 7 because it's a 7 month. Life path number 1 because a universal 1 year, and the 7 and the 1 energy can be similar when it comes to self and learning thyself truth. 9 is highlighted as well because it's highlighted in astrology, and a 9 is a very wisdom psychic number as well, and the master number 11. So expect for more visions, more of your intuition to be your guide, and more self truth and autonomy. That's what's going to really get you guys highlighted to your path. Do not walk somebody else's path for you. You must walk your own path this month and stir it in your direction. Okay, guys? That's all I have for you guys this month. Not this month. We're gonna be back next week. But do you have anything else to get for them for the rest of the week?
Sure. So I actually would like to piggyback on what you were mentioning about setting seeds or planting seeds, because on June 2nd, the sun is going to be sextile with Saturn. So that is an excellent day for planting seeds and setting foundation. So June 2nd really is just so potent for that self work. And in actuality, given that it is like a year one, it is about the self and the self work because on June 3rd, we're going to have Mercury squaring Neptune, which is a no-go with contracts. The Neptune energy
What
with
day?
Mercury, June 3rd is a no-go for contracts because
Just
within
that
that,
day?
yeah, just that day,
Okay.
because the square that it creates, um, really creates the theme of deceptiveness within
Oh.
communication and deceptiveness within contracts by extension. So you really want to just kind of focus on the self and discern whom you're talking with and who's trying to get you to be on their side of thinking or getting their way, which leads into what you had mentioned about that narcissistic energy. The energy for that particular day does kind of evoke, and again, further for this month of June, evokes that there is discernment about emotional manipulation and deceptiveness. So we really want to be careful of that starting June 3rd for the rest of June. That's really, I think, what kicks off from an astrological perspective, what you had been mentioning, Stacey, in terms of that spiritual awakening that's happening within this month and what it means to have that spiritual awakening within a framework of narcissism that our society is unfortunately impacted by.
Know thyself.
Yeah, know thyself. And the more that you
Know
know
thyself.
thyself, the more you can navigate other people who are trying to, I hate to say it in this way, play in your face.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a little spicy, I know.
Ooh, this is a month to not let anyone play up in your face, especially for the next
Yeah,
week. Love that. And we will be
yeah,
giving you the heads up and the reminders of that as well.
yeah.
So that's all I have for you guys. Join me and Doug next week. His channel is going to be listed in the description, so you guys can click on it and check him out as well. And he has some good stuff going on over there. And, you know, manifest your heart's array. We'll see you guys next week.
Love it. Take care, everybody. Have a great time manifesting.
Ciao.